I've been scraping these doors for a while now. They've been problematic for years. The problem is there was an oil-based or lead-based paint first applied to this door, and then over the years, acrylic latex paint, water-based paint, was put on top, and that's going to lead to a lot of cracking. You can't put a water-based on top of an oil-based, because the paint will not penetrate the oil. But you can put an oil on top of a latex or water-based paint. But eventually I'll get this clean and I'll put a primer on and I'll show you what I'm going to use then. I'm going to have to take some wood filler, correct the bottom of the doors, and take a lot of the water. The bottom line is to know the surface you're painting. If it's an oil-based paint, you don't want to put a latex acrylic over it. That's water-based. Again, I'm going to emphasize this. You cannot put a water-based paint on top of an oil-based paint. You can, however, put a oil-based paint on top of an acrylic paint. Can you imagine someone whose house has been painted in the old days with an oil-based paint, and they decide to go down to their local store, wherever, and buy an exterior acrylic latex water-based paint, and they apply it to the whole house, only to realize in a few years it's peeling and cracking? This is what I'm talking about. You see, our country's getting away from oil-based paints because of pollutions, it's petroleum distillates, and etc., etc., etc. So just know the surface you're painting. Thank you very much. After a thorough scraping, I then applied a brown I thought might match off the shelves at the store, an oil-based brown, and gave it a good coat of that. Not happy with the store-bought brown color, I then also decided that the uneven surface from the scraping needed some wood filler, and that acted as a great additional primer to the coat of oil base I had already applied to it, and it adhered very well. They say it's 3 times stronger than wood. Then after it dried, I sanded it mildly, the surface. I took into perspective that this wasn't the entranceway to the Vatican or Taj Mahal, and always keep that in mind. Perfection is in the realm of God, in heaven, not here on earth. We should strive for perfection only in terms of love and forgiveness. Semi-perfection for all the rest of our endeavors. Now here, a creature, a very strange creature, decided to visit me. He was a bit spider and a bit crab. Very pale colors, and I liked him. I didn't fear him, and I just let him be as he wanted to be. Didn't try to eradicate him. No. Now here are the doors thoroughly gone over with wood filler. Twice. Let the first coat dry, then sand, and then a second going over with the wood filler, and then a final sanding. By hand, of course. Smooth it as best you can, remembering these are shed doors, not the gates of heaven. Then I went to a hardware store with a Tudor brown sample and had them mix a quart of oil-based brown that matched. And after 2 coats, drying in between, of course, here is the finished doors. Have a nice day.